It's 6 a.m. in the morning, and I tried to beat the 5:30 wake up time, or try to beat the sun coming up as early as it does in Tokyo. But that's a competition I don't think I'm going to win. 5:30 in the morning, and still the sun wasn't really up per se, but it was bright. So that definitely didn't go according to plan. And we'll see how this unfolds. I'm on my way to this area called Meguro River. I don't even know where to find this place on the subway. I haven't even looked at the map yet. But the goal has been really simple for the Sakura. Get to the location before the general public does, or not even the general public, but tourists in general. And usually what that normally means is waking up 6 o'clock, being on the train as early as you can. So we'll see if this location checks out. It's actually feeling a little chilly, and I'm wearing a sweater, but I'm thinking, should I go back for a jacket? Anyway, I'm Canadian, I'm from Toronto. This is Tokyo. There's no way I can feel cold in this part of Japan. You just simply wouldn't be a proud Canadian. What's really good is most tourists who are coming with families, I should say, whether it's kids and such, generally speaking, they don't want to be up that early. So what that usually translates into is these folks arriving on average at around, let's say around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, fairly close to noon. And of course, I'm perfectly fine with that. So of course, this is a fairly rare moment in a subway in Tokyo where it's actually empty. And what does it take for that to happen? It being 6:20 a.m. on a line that's not so busy. Were this the Yamanote line, known for the Shibuyas, the Shinjukus, the Tokyo stations, it's a whole different ball game. As you can see, the crowd behind me is actually just starting to form. So really interesting to see how this is going to play out for, let's say, getting here at 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning next time. So we'll see how that plays out. So heading to Meguro Park, and fingers crossed that this location isn't crazy, because it's supposed to be a pretty big park. I don't know if it's as big as Ueno Park, where yesterday I had the chance of going and checking out some really cool shots, but we'll see. Never been here, but I keep on seeing these awesome photos. At the same time though, most of the photos were not of the park. Most of the photos were sort of by the river. So I'm actually really curious to see if it lives up to the hype. Although the park had some beautiful blossoms, it was a much smaller park than I was expecting. So I stayed for only a few minutes, then it was off to my original destination. So I'm at Meguro River in Tokyo, which is a really famous spot for watching the cherry blossoms. I'm actually really early, it's around 7:30 a.m. and the tourists haven't landed here yet. So as you can see, it's fairly empty, and the cherry blossoms are in full bloom, almost gone. Definitely a good time to come is usually pre-8 o'clock because that's when usually the families start arriving, everybody starts pouring in, and you don't really get an intimate shot of the area as you could with the current setup right now. So let's take a tour.
Meguro River passes through Tokyo's Setagaya, Meguro, and Shinagawa wards. At a length of 4.86 miles, around 800 cherry trees line the river, making it one of the most popular attractions for both tourists and locals alike. For me, a city boy raised in the heart of Toronto, the combination of a flowing river stream with blossoming cherries was just an altogether amazing sight. Well, it wasn't long before the crowd started to pour in, and a formerly tranquil Meguro River became a fairly chaotic scene. I guess I had made the right decision to sacrifice a little sleep and arrive here early. But though I enjoyed every moment, it was time to say goodbye to this heavenly place. It was only day 2 though, so I really wanted to save my energy for one of the busiest parts of Tokyo called Shinjuku, which is where I'm heading tomorrow. Be sure to join me on this adventure. Talk soon.